Welcome to the Chop Shop, guys, and today in this episode we're going to be getting my windows tinted. So I live in Arizona and it's really hot out here. This weekend it's going to be 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And I've been really pushing off this tint for a long time. My tint's been bubbling and peeling in almost every single window, and it's about time to get it done. Now, I've never done this before, and when you're not good at something, there's definitely no shame in hiring somebody who's a professional to do this. So that's exactly what I did. Now, when tinting your windows, you want to use some really good quality film, and to my knowledge, this Suntek carbon film is a pretty well praised product. Now, this rear glass is probably the worst offender of all. It's peeling in all sorts of places, and the color's faded in certain spots, and it doesn't match the rest of the glass. Now, if you remember a few months back from my incident, I had to get this glass replaced. When I got it replaced, it was already like this. So my guy got straight to work. He cuts the tint into a general size of the window and starts shaping it with a heat gun and a squeegee. As it gets tighter and tighter, he's pulling off these little wrinkles slowly, little by little. Now, this is where a good quality tint comes in handy. Most tints are very difficult to shape, and if you have a really good quality tint, it's going to be easy to shape. So if you're doing this yourself at home, that's one reason to want to buy good tint. Now, visibility can be hard, especially in the back like this. So there's the old tint still on, and he's got the new tint, so it's a little dark. So we've got lights here in the rear to help the visibility so that he can cut the shape of the tint to match the glass. So normally for the rear glass, you don't want to use a razor blade like this. You'll normally use something like a steamer. But I gave my guy the green light here to go ahead and scrape away because the steamer would take quite a bit longer. And more time equals more money in the long run. For me anyways. So since I live in Arizona, these defroster strips in the rear mean nothing to me and I don't really ever use them. So if they get damaged, it's not really a big deal for me. Now that the old tint's been removed all the windows, you want to make sure they're nice and clean. So we're passing over with razor blades and lots of water and squeegees and some microfiber towels to make sure everything's really nice and clean so there's nothing stuck underneath the new tint. Now when you're sure it's clean, we're spraying lots of water on the glass and on the new tint itself. So that way it doesn't start sticking before we want it to. We want to make sure that there's no creases, no bubbles, and it's in the right position that we want. Now spraying some more water on the surface of the tint to help keep you from damaging your tint with your squeegee while pressing out the water in any air pockets. And then just continue to squeegee on out all the water. Now the hidden edges behind all the trim and the weather stripping is very difficult to reach. So using the heat gun here to help activate the glue and then hitting it with the little thin squeegee to make sure that it actually sticks to the window. Now here you can see him tucking the bottom of the tint under the weather stripping. And once that's in there, he's going to squeegee out all the water. And now that this window's done, we're going to move on to do the rest. So you can see the difference that the window tint has created. My shot is naturally overexposed here, and looking through the window it looks so much clearer. And you can see the difference as the glass looks like this from what it used to look like this. So now the car is all done, and you can see all the glass. It's nice and dark and looks good. And you know what? I think I might have gone a little darker than legal, but cops don't really give you too much shit out here in Arizona because tint is pretty much a necessity out here. In my opinion, it turned out really well, looks really good, and I'm glad I finally got it done. Alright, now I just gotta put on the spoiler, which you guys can check out the video here. Once this puppy's done, she's all done. Gonna let the window tint sit for 2 days before I mess with the windows and before I put my window visors back on. Alright, well it's been about a week since I've gotten the windows tinted, and now I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my visors back on. So you just want to go ahead and slide them into the very corners of the window. And once you got it in there, you kind of just work it in between the weather stripping and the door, just little by little. And once you get it on, go ahead and roll the window up, make sure it's a nice tight fit, and just kind of leave it closed for a day or two, again, just to kind of help the plastic conform to that shape. Alright, thanks for staying as long as you did. I hope that you guys found this information useful or at least entertaining in some sort of way. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.